Hello dear viewers, I hope you're having a happy new year so far, and we are going to review the Area X Dark Magician Girl. This isn't a set in the traditional sense, I guess you could say. This is actually a minifigure of one of Yu-Gi-Oh's most famous cards, the Dark Magician Girl. This figure is about $9.99, I believe I paid for it, and we are going to open this and take a look. Well, before I open this, I would like to point out the fact that, unlike the other boxes for the Area X Yu-Gi-Oh sets, this one is in a very nice little pink box, which is fitting for the character of the Dark Magician Girl. We're going to just take a look over on this box, and here's the back. And judging by the look of what we see here, this figure does include dual molded face prints. So that is a very nice little bonus, and it's just overall a very cute box. We have the little silhouette of the Dark Magician Girl, and like the Slifer build, and unlike the Karibo, the Time Wizard, or the Scapegoat sets, this one does have that little pull tab that we are going to use right here, and we are going to open. Oh yeah, here's that card. You get a card with each one of these sets of the monster or character in question, and here's the Dark Magician Girl. So here she is, all put together, and right off the bat, the first thing you will notice is the use of custom molded pieces for the hair, the hat, the dress, the top, the skirt. All of that is custom molded for this figure. But another thing you might not pick up on, look at the arms. Look what they can do. They're actually on these little ball joints that can be allowed to move from side to side, and allows for a lot more posability. And it's not just the arms, but it's the legs. You can have her pose. There's a lot more variety and options for this figure in terms of posability. And that is something that really is interesting. And for those of you who are sticklers about such things, yes, there is arm printing on both arms, and leg printing on the front, the side, and the back of the legs, which is, if you are a very big curmudgeon on such things, would be very much appreciated. But that, for me, is just going above and beyond. We can also take the head off, I know, but you can see underneath the torso you get a little bit of cleavage right here, and it's not as detailed as as you might think, but it still looks good. And on the back we also have torso printing, or back printing, I guess you could say, and again, very much appreciated. The staff she uses is accurate to the cards, and also uses that metallic gold that we see on the Time Wizard. And a little detail you see here on her pendant is, well, the dark pentagram, which was censored out of Western depictions of the Dark Magician Girl and the Dark Magician. So this really does feel more in line with the original Japanese depiction of the card. And her head, it isn't actually dual molded, or there isn't like a reverse head print. It's actually another face entirely, where she's just looking straight at you, but still looking happy. But I prefer her winking like this. It's a lot, in my opinion, way more adorable of an expression. And it just feels more in line with the character of the Dark Magician Girl. So here's a full 360 for those who want to see. Here's a little closer look. And overall, this is just a really solid build for a minifigure. So here's the base all put together, and I didn't think a base would be this intricate, but first of all, the first thing you would notice is the book back here, which had, if you look, that is the Dark Magic seal on both sides, but this one also has a pentagram. Again, something LEGO would never ever do in a set. These are printed, not stickers. Again, something LEGO would not do. Yes, I will beat that drum. And you have this nice little silver brick, which at first I was thinking, what is this? What could this possibly be? And then I saw on it, and the camera probably won't pick it up, but it said, I can't read what the top part says in Japanese, but it has 2000 under it. This is Dark Magician Girl's attack power, as if summoned, and like in the show, when you summon a monster, it or you set in defense, it'll reveal like the attack and defense value of the monster. And this is such a nice detail. This is such a wonderful detail. It just, I have no words. This is just a remarkable detail that I didn't know I would need for a set like this. But here we are, and I absolutely appreciate this little inclusion here. The rest of the build uses a lot of these transparent light blue bricks, and these the little spikes you see sticking out representing the summoning sort of aura or light are actually translucent wand pieces like you'd see from Harry Potter. That is such an interesting part usage. And of course we have these transparent, like a clear transparent piece so that we can put the Dark Magician Girl on. And here she is, just being summoned. And again, I think this is an awesome depiction of the character. It's very true to the character and her personality that we see in the show. Just this lively, bubbly, cheerful character, and which a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh fans consider to be the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh waifu material. And just really well done. So here's everything. Box, card, instruction, the extra head, and the build itself. I think this was well worth the price of everything. I think this is a great build, it's a great figure, and I know a lot of people might think, oh, it's a bootleg Lego set, but it's not. It takes what works with Lego and adds on to it. It makes it better, in my opinion. This is, like I've been saying with all these other builds, and I will continue to say, this is something that Lego could not produce, and thank God, because they probably try and slap one of those live bricks or whatever that nobody friggin' asked for. But I digress. This is a very great build. It's a great purchase. It's a great addition to any Yu-Gi-Oh collector's collection, whether you want to display it up on a pie if you're a fan of the Dark Magician Girl, or if you want to take this to a duel like you might with like a Time Wizard. I don't know if you put Time Wizard in a duel. It's not the most relevant card, nor is it the most useful, but it's definitely something that I would highly recommend anybody. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, give this company and a shot. Give it a shot. If you've become like upset with the way things Lego has been doing lately, I do suggest try out third-party products and companies. And Area X is growing to be a very interesting case for sets. So overall, what do I think of this set? Well, as a Yu-Gi-Oh lover, I thoroughly enjoyed this. As an alternate to the overpriced Lego system that we're currently getting, I thoroughly enjoy this. I think this is a wonderful deal. I think this is a wonderful figure. My only regret is I don't have the other sets that this can go with, that being the Yugi set or the Kaiba one. Both of those are currently sold out. So Area X, could you please get on that and maybe make some more? Because I missed out on that, and I really would like to have a chance at getting those sets. And I can easily see more figures like this later on down the line. Maybe a Flame Swordsman? What about a Jinzo? A Jinzo would be an interesting build. Or a Buster Blader, or more of the Magnet Warriors. If we're sticking solely to the original anime, I think what we have so far is a great start. Those being the ones that we see in the Kaiba set, and the Yugi set, and Dark Magician Girl. I think there is plenty of room to move forward from here, and I really would like to see where Area X goes with the Yu-Gi-Oh license. But what do you, dear viewers, think? Is this a great figure? Do you think this is a great addition to any Yu-Gi-Oh set or collection? Please let me know, and I will get around to doing the Scapegoat and the Karibo review in the near future. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and just please take care. Bye.